Roman Reigns fans, you are going to love this. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what that is, why you'll love it, and why it's such a big deal. Because Roman Reigns is a guy that WWE spent a decade building up, from FCW to NXT to the main roster. Starting off as a member of The Shield with Seth Rollins, and then Dean Ambrose, a.k.a. Jon Moxley, becoming the big dog, breaking out on his own, headlining multiple WrestleManias, falling short, having multiple matches with Brock Lesnar that no one asked for, and doing some of the most horrific promo work known to mankind. But as the Tribal Chief, he has reinvented himself, and he's done so in a big way, captivating the attentions of audiences around the world. And now we're back as a babyface coming out of WrestleMania 40. This is what they've been doing with our Tribal Chief, because Roman Reigns had an unbelievable run as undisputed WWE Universal Champion that started during the pandemic in late 2020. However, that reign, where he took on the who's who of this business, it ended at the hands of Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40, just a night after he teamed up with The Rock for a tag team match against Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. He went on to have a multi-month hiatus from WWE television as the company built up the new bloodline. They built up Solo Sikoa as not a bodyguard anymore. He was the new Tribal Chief. They kicked out Jimmy Uso. They brought in the Tongas. And they also signed Jacob Fatu to form a new bloodline faction. Now, Roman, he returned to WWE programming at SummerSlam by costing Solo his title shot against Cody Rhodes in the main event. Since then, Reigns has gotten the upper hand on the bloodline and vice versa. In recent weeks, Reigns has aligned himself with Rhodes as a unit. Together, they will team up and take on Fatu and Solo Sikoa at WWE Bad Blood on October 5th. This is where things get interesting, because Roman Reigns, while he was the Tribal Chief, while he was the undisputed WWE Champion, well, he worked a part-time schedule. It wasn't really that often that we got to see Roman on television. He would come in for one of the bigger PLEs, he would do a few weeks of TV, and then he would leave. Unlike the pandemic era where he was on television almost every week, in recent years he really hasn't, right? He never worked the B-show level PLEs. In fact, a few years back when Money in the Bank was in Vegas, he opted to bail. He's like, I'm not working that show because it got moved from a stadium to an arena. And he's like, I ain't about that life. And so he told him to kick rocks, and he took his ball. And he's like, I'll see y'all at SummerSlam. And he worked Lesnar. So that leads us to today's video. What is this thing that fans are going to love? Well, WWE, they announced that Roman Reigns is slated to work 6 upcoming SmackDown episodes. So as I mentioned just a minute ago, Reigns is slated to work the October 5th Bad Blood PLE. Now he's slated to work October 11th in Greensville, South Carolina, a following week in Columbia, South Carolina, October 25th at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. He's going to take a week off, return November 8th at the KeyBank Center in Buffalo, New York. He's going to come back the next 2 weeks, November 15th in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and wrapping up November 22nd at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. Now, it should be noted that WWE is actually advertising Roman Reigns for Survivor Series on November 30th and Saturday night's main event on December 14th. Those are 2 important names, or events, or dates, or things to keep in mind, whatever you want to break it down as, and I'll tell you why. Roman Reigns is slated to work Bad Blood. We already know it's been confirmed, it's been announced. Set it up. Well, what happens in November as well? They go back to Saudi Arabia. So, Crown Jewel, yeah, I'm going to assume that Roman's going to work Saudi. Saudi pays the most money. They like their big-name stars. Roman Reigns is obviously a big-name star. So, I would count him in on that show. So, you got Roman for Bad Blood. You got him for Crown Jewel. You got him for Survivor Series. There's not a PLE in December, but let's face it, Saturday night's main event. The first one back since 2008. Yeah, you best believe that's going to be a big deal. That's why these are important dates. This is why this is a good thing. And this is why fans will love this, because fans of Roman Reigns, they want to see more of Roman Reigns. And after many, many years of not being able to see Roman Reigns, having him back on television, yeah, that's a big deal. That's something in which you can get excited about and you can look forward to. And I absolutely love it. Now, I'm not asking for WWE to come out here and overexpose Roman Reigns. No, sir. I'm not asking that. I don't want that. He's special. He's an attraction. He's unique. He's our tribal chief. Keep him special. I love it. You want to keep him for select appearances? Go for it. I'm all about that. I don't want him on television every week. Just like I don't want to see Cody Rhodes on television every week, or a CM Punk, or a Drew McIntyre, but you have to sell tickets. You have to keep ratings going. So, in a lot of ways, if you're a full-time guy, you're going to be on television 90% of the time, 95% of the time. So, that's just the reality of the situation. Roman, he's a different guy. He's a different breed. He's an attraction. He's a star. So I think you should definitely look forward to this time. Like, in my personal opinion, in the fall, it's the best time of the year. It's not too cold, but it's not hot anymore. You got a bunch of sports on TV. WWE, they are fresh off of SummerSlam. You know they're going to build up something big for Crown Jewel, so you got that look to forward to. If you like the War Games concept, you got that in November. Now we got to look forward to Saturday night's main event. Then you got the holidays, hang out with the fam, right? Open some presents, eat some food as we usher into WrestleMania season in January for the Royal Rumble. So it's the perfect time of the year. And what they're able to do with Roman going forward will be very interesting. Obviously, the big thing is, when do we get Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa? What's the big thing after that? Well, it's Jacob Fatu. People want to see him wrestle Jacob Fatu. You know, originally, the belief was, okay, we'll do Roman versus Solo at WrestleMania 41, and we'll do Rock versus Cody at that same event. Well, now, it's like Jacob Fatu's the match. Because if you want to keep with what they had planned, it was, all right, we're going to do Rock in a tag team with Roman. He's going to come back the following year, work Cody, and then WrestleMania 42, wrap up the swan song, the trilogy, if you will, of Manias. Last match against Roman, Rock puts over Roman, as if Roman needs it. And then you go off and Rock rides out into the sunset, right? That's what you would do. But do you go ahead and do the Solo Sikoa match right now, and then you do Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania 40? If I'm WWE, I'm thinking so. I really am. Now, when do you do it, right? Do you do it in Saudi? All right, I can see that. We know we're going to get Bloodline versus Bloodline at War Games. So do you save that for Saturday night's main event? That would be an intriguing one. Do you save it for the Royal Rumble? Maybe Elimination Chamber? Like, it's iffy on when you do this, but it's definitely interesting, I would say that.